Castor oil is basically a vegetable oil made by cold pressing the seeds of the castor bean plant, Ricinus communis, which today is mostly commonly used for hair hydration, strengthening, healing, and labor. The plant is native to India and East Africa and has been used for thousands of years for all sorts of conditions. In this video, we will look at why castor oil may not be the best choice for your hair and what the best oils are for hair growth according to the science that you should be using instead. Also, guys, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this one. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with reports of new miracle hair growth oils, shampoos, and conditioners that promise to exfoliate our scalps, wipe out buildup, and strengthen our hair follicles for growth. But how much of that is scientifically true, and how much of that is just hype that goes viral for no reason on TikTok? I'll tell you what though. What's unique about castor oil is that it consists of up to 90% ricinoleic, 4% linoleic, 3% oleic, and about 1% stearic acids. This is why it's used as a powerful laxative for constipation, because the ricinoleic acid attaches to your intestines and causes muscle contractions that help you poop. But I would not be using it for that reason, since there are more effective options out there, since it may be too powerful of a laxative for some. It's also used for labor induction in some regions around the world, because once you ingest castor oil, your lipase enzyme breaks it down and it stimulates EP3 and EP4 prostanoid receptors in your smooth muscles, which, guess what, can also be found in the uterus that can help with labor. But for hair, some people claim that applying pure castor oil to their hair makes it look shinier and grow faster. But to date, there is no solid evidence on this, sadly. Believe me, I wish there was. But I'll tell you why castor oil has been touted for hair growth though. It's actually quite simple. It goes back to this thinking that castor oil increases blood flow to the scalp and reduces inflammation, both of which can be beneficial for hair growth. But there's no rigorous research that backs this up, especially in the field of hair growth. For hair moisture though, you can make an argument that if you look at the molecular structure of castor oil, you'd see that it's a glycerol with a long chain fatty acid. Fatty acids are excellent at nourishing hair follicles, which is where you get the anecdotal evidence from on TikTok. It goes back to its chemical composition. Anyways, there are 4 reasons why castor oil may not be the best solution for your hair, so pay attention. Starting with the first being acute hair felting in people with long hair. This will cause the hair to become tangled and twisted, and there's evidence of this. Let's take a look. From the literature, we found a 20-year-old girl who used coconut oil and castor oil. She had a 1-day history of it on the day of Diwali for hair wash. She washed her hair with the regular shampoo which she used since childhood. Then, while drying her hair, the lower end twisted and curled like a bow and a ribbon. On every attempt to detangle, the hair curled much more and length became half of its original length and ended up as a compact hair mass, or what is known as bird's nest hair, after only using castor oil once. In some cases, but not all, the hair needs to be cut off. Now, it didn't specify how much she used, which I think had a lot to do with it. So, bottom line, if your hair gets tangled and matted with it, I would avoid it. But if you have shorter hair, then this may not even be an issue. The second reason as to why castor oil may not be the best fit for your hair is if you have a skin sensitivity to castor oil, which will cause a lot of problems for your scalp if that's the case. So if you're one who is more prone to a flaky and oily scalp, let's say from seborrheic dermatitis, then leaving castor oil on your scalp will make these problems worse. The third reason is you don't have the right hair type for it. Castor oil is ideal for any hair type that is dry or frizzy. If you have fine hair, then avoid these leave-in castor oil formulas. They'll be too heavy on your hair strands. But here's a catch-22, guys, that no one really ever talks about. If you have dry hair, castor oil sometimes can be very heavy and sticky, which means it will be hard to remove from your hair once it's time to wash it out. So if you're going to use it, it's best to dilute the castor oil with natural oils like coconut or jojoba oil. And also, some people don't like the scent either, which is why diluting it can be a good option, as it will also tone down the horrible scent that some of them can have. And to do this, mix 1 part of castor oil with 2 parts of another carrier oil for a good dilution. The fourth reason is if you have these two creatures living on your head right now, Malassezia restricta and Malassezia globosa, which are the fungi that cause dandruff. Castor oil will just supply these critters with food, which will cause them to grow and make your dandruff worse. Click this video that I made on how to get rid of dandruff for good if you're curious of the best way to remove dandruff at home. So what does science actually show us is a viable alternative to castor oil for your hair? Well, in order to understand that, you have to understand this chart right here. This is the US levels of evidence for grading clinical trials, which is alphanumerical. You get a number and a letter. A level of evidence of 1 is the highest, which indicates the study consists from at least one properly designed randomized control trial. A letter of A shows us good evidence to support the use of that procedure. So 1A would be the best study to look at then. And take a look here. I'll go through a few examples for you that I'm sure you'll appreciate because I don't think other channels go through all this. Azelaic acid gets a 1A, awesome. Olive oil gets a 3C. Take a look here though. Pumpkin seed oil gets a 1A as it acts as a 5-alpha reductase antagonist. Rosemary oil, another 1A. Same with these. Thyme oil, lavender oil, evening primrose oil, and Atlas cedarwood oil, all which shows us promising results for alopecia areata and hair fall. I'll leave my affiliate links for each of these oils in the description below if you wish to pick them up. I'll also leave my entire hair growth playlist down there as well, which you're going to watch more videos on reversing hair loss that we speak about quite often on this channel. But I'm more curious to hear from you guys though. What is your experience like with castor oil? Do you use it for your hair? Or maybe you use it for your skin, which I personally like better. Or maybe you use it castor oil pack. We'll love to hear your thoughts. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.